live from Little Rock. Here and there's rioting and looting. I don't know if that's just old news or if that's current. Somebody texted me. Wait for some people to jump in. What up, Angel? Hit share, hit like. Hit share and like. We get some folks in here and I'll give everybody the rundown. Little Rock's like an old ass town, man. A lot of old brick buildings. Like the whole city is like a one old brick building fortress out here. Not a cop to be found. There's like seen one cop since I've been here. Been here for about 4 hours now. Make sure I jump on the right freeway to get back home. Whole world's burning, huh? Seems like that's where we're at right now. Whole world burning. Or the whole country burning. 5 folks, hit that like, hit that share button, and I'll jump into this. This video needs to get out far and wide. Far and wide. Got my black rifle. What up, Robo? Got my black rifle Division shirt on. So everything was going awesome. Everything was going good. I had talked about it in the videos. Anybody that's been watching for the last 3-4 months, whatever it's been. What up, Alpine? So yeah, everything's been going awesome, like I said in the videos, all totally optimistic and all that shit. Should have shut my fucking mouth. Fucking talked too fucking soon. And even now, I gotta tiptoe around it because I got fucking court coming up. Police came and the sheriffs came and arrested me at my home/work for unlawful procurement of a firearm. They say I'm not allowed to own guns anymore. They say I have a charge in Las Vegas, which I don't have. And I even got my court papers. I have to lawyer up again, so I got a lawyer in a couple days. Sit down with and kind of go from there. Feel this is good. I mean, they can't charge you for something that you don't have a charge for, right? Of course, now I've only been to jail twice in my whole life, and once is in Las Vegas and now once in Arkansas. Trying to charge me with a felony. I don't even have no criminal record. I have nothing gleaming. I have nothing outstanding. I have nothing like that. And here we go through the stress and the bullshit again. So they came for me at home/work. I'm way deep down in the woods, so fucking far deep down in the woods, you wonder how they found me. Well, for being unparanoid, my vehicle's registered to my address now. Had to, so I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I know one thing that I can understand, though. In Little Rock, and it's like a ghost town. The few people that I did talk to, the few people I talked to said they went hard, extra hard last night, and were up all night, I guess, and maybe that's why it's a ghost town. They were shutting shit down, and I'm getting out of here before night. For the most part, frustration people are saying about I'm gonna end up going the wrong way here. Understand where people are coming from. I think all walks of life. I think the only people that are super police supporters are the Trump folks. I've completely sworn off Trump. I'm just done with it. I'm not going to sit here and make this a Trump bashing session or a session where I bash people that support Trump. All I can say is he no longer has my support, for whatever that's worth. I don't support Trump, not a scintilla. I support him 0%, just like every other, politician that came before him. For the people that say he's not a politician, this, that, and the other, well, I've been a politician for almost 4 years now. You had fat ass white bitches driving around right now with Black Lives Matters stickers in their, or pieces of paper taped in their windows that say Black Lives Matter. And I just, to me, America, it has fallen. It's definitely not America anymore. The fact that the police can do whatever they want, like they do and like they can, and there's almost no recourse for the normal person. I see those police rip out those people, rip out those kids out of their car in Georgia. What up, Fight the Man? I see them all the same. I'm thinking I'm seeing part of your comment there. I'm driving, Fight the Man, but BLM, the communists, they're just as bad as the cops. I mean, if you're asking me to pick one side of the coin or the other, the leftists and the statists are the same thing. The communists and the statists, to me, are the same thing. People worshiping big government or bigger government. The police have way too much power, period. The politicians have way too much power. The people do not have the power, and people are fed up. I talk to people while I was out here, the few people that I was able to talk to, because there's nobody in town. On the freeway there's people, but in town it's like a ghost town, and you still can't sit down and eat anywhere in Little Rock, I guess I was told. So everybody's still doing drive-through, and it's really, it's really sad. The whole thing is sad. Where do we go from here? I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus, never been, don't claim to fucking think I know something better than anybody else, but I could see how people are fed up. They're fed up with the cops completely. I use the example that we had this fake virus and the cops were nowhere to be found for 3 months and nothing happened, There was no rioting, there was no looting, people didn't burn down cities. People didn't act all crazy with the cops, with the cops totally not being anywhere to be found. You couldn't find a cop if you needed to, And that was the approach across the whole country. I drove from Arkansas, from Northwest Arkansas, all the way to New Mexico, all the way back to Northwest Arkansas. In 2 days, I drove and I seen 1 or 2 cops on the way out there and maybe 1 or 2 cops on the way back. I passed a state trooper in Texas that was, the speed limit was 75. He was going 65 and people were just blowing around him. There was hardly anybody on the roads. The truckers were driving like crazy, So my point is, there was no police to be found. The country didn't go to hell. And yet all these police apologists and all these kind of tyrant bootlickers and Blue Lives Matter folks, these are the same folks that will bash you and ridicule you, this, that, and the other, if you support using taxpayer money for abortions, if you use taxpayer money for a government-funded health system, if you use money to do Common Core, if you use any of the taxpayer money for any of these other social programs, these are the same people that will bash you for not supporting more money for more cops, more artillery for more cops. These cops, especially look at them down in Georgia. Georgia stands out in my mind. You know, Georgia is like a fucking police state on steroids. You see those guys driving around with the same vehicles that they had in Iraq and Afghanistan. You see the cops, they think in their heads, locked into their heads, they've been given so much power over the people. It's so backwards that they think that they are the almighty. They think that they can bust out windows. I see 10 to 15 cops trying to shatter the window of a bunch of college kids in Georgia and tase the woman and they're tasing them and telling them like to get out of the car, or there's 10, 15 of them around. There's 10, 15 of them around barking orders out, dressed up like they're in a war zone, you know, yelling and giving out orders, shattering windows. I mean, to the common person that's not built to deal with high stress like that, the cops are out of control, you know. Keep your hands up, but get out of the car. So how are you supposed to unbuckle your seatbelt? How are you supposed to undo your seatbelt? You know, the DUI smorgasbord that they send you through that a sober person couldn't pass. You know, all these lie techniques that the police are using, all the way that they're geared up. I don't know how else to describe it besides just disgusting and sad. This is not America. So for all the pundits on TV and all that kind of stuff, all the pundits on TV saying this is not who we are, this is not the people, this is America, and this. So it says YouTube crashed. What up, Tracy? What up, Big Dick? What up, Rooster? I'm having a hard time reading comments because I gotta drive, but it's almost like I become so cynical of everybody, both sides, everybody. You know, I feel like I'm a fucking alien and I landed on Earth, or I feel like I'm a human being on an alien planet. I don't recognize this country we're living in. You know, I was so happy to escape the big city, so happy to escape what they had turned my city into. And I go out and I move to the country. I'm out there, I'm minding my own business. I'm not bothering nobody. And I got armed police deputies that come and get me. Come and yank me out of my house and handcuff me and lead me out, and you know, I can't fucking breathe ever since I've been out here. I don't know what the deal is, but I just fucking cannot breathe. I don't know if it's the humidity or what. Maybe it's the allergy. I have no fucking idea, but I can't breathe. Speaking of the Black Lives Matter, I can't fucking breathe. So here I go again through a circus, the court circus, the circus of courts, where I gotta do this again. You know, I have to go through this bullshit again. And when hopefully it's all good and taken care of, I can expand on what happened and what the charges are and all that. But I know better. I need to just keep my fucking mouth shut. I shouldn't even be doing this. But I have to put it out there so people know. I am fucking completely innocent of the fucking charges that they're accusing me of. Completely innocent. I have the fucking paperwork to prove that I'm innocent. I am not guilty. I do not have the charges that they're accusing me of having. I do not have these fucking charges that the state prosecutor or the county prosecutor is coming after me. So hopefully it's amateur hour and it's a fucking mix-up in the best case scenario. And who even wants to imagine what the worst case scenario is, what they're gonna try to do to me. And I did nothing. All I did was speak out on YouTube. I don't even go to fucking rallies or protests or anything anymore. I talk on YouTube. I'm a commentator about fucking events going on around the country. All I do is I commentate, like some faggot on ESPN commentates on fucking homos in spandex playing with balls. I do the same thing, but I'm not fucking gay like them. How come the FBI is not fucking hunting them down, tracking them down? Antifa, all these communists, they've been getting away with what they've been getting away for years. Since Obama was president, they've been undermining the Constitution. They've been subverting and coming up with groups to take down the country, to remove, this presidency. You have these groups that are here, La Raza, these different unions, these different subversive groups, these different Marxist groups, these different communist groups. You have statists, bootlicking statists that back police shooting people. You have people like fucking James Yeager that justified Lavoy Finicum getting shot. James Yeager doesn't have a scintilla. He doesn't have in his pinky toe what kind of man Lavoy Finicum was. And James Yeager is allowed to go on there and say that it was a good shoot to murder Lavoy Finicum. Other motherfuckers are allowed to go on YouTube and all over the place and commentate on kill cams. All those body cams that the cops are wearing when they murder people are allowed to sit there and commentate on kill cams, on Americans, on our brothers and sisters being dragged out of cars, being murdered in the fucking streets, being murdered in their homes, kids being killed, dogs being shot, people's constitutional rights being violated. People are allowed to do that shit, and I'm not allowed to talk about what's wrong and what's right about it. But these other motherfuckers, like I said, James Yeager types and all these other idiots that sit around and so evil at their fucking cores, comment about people being murdered and thumbs up it and say, well, you shouldn't have been resisting arrest. The cops are out of fucking control. The government is out of fucking control. The fact that police can be Judge Dredd and drag somebody out of their car while tasing them and bashing their windows out and barking out orders while people stand by. The way that police officers can kneel on somebody's neck and do them till they're lifeless and then do an autopsy and say, oh, you had heart disease and all that. This country's gonna fucking burn when they let that cop off. If it's even real, if it's not a psyop, if all of this is not a psyop by whoever's pulling the fucking strings anymore. I don't know who's pulling the strings. I dare to say I don't fucking care anymore. It's out of fucking control. People are out of control, and the freeway is blocked. I hope this is just an accident and not something more stupid. I just don't understand how people, I keep saying this for months and years now, I don't understand it anymore. I don't understand how we've become so hateful towards each other. I don't understand how we can laugh and giggle, on kill cams at our brothers and sisters being murdered in the streets. Enough is the fucking enough. All the trolls, all the people that think they're so fucking hilarious, commenting on how a citizen in this country could be gunned down or murdered or choked out in the streets. The Eric Garner shit, these cops, the cops that ripped those kids out of their car in Georgia the other night. One officer got fired, the other ones are on desk duty, the other 3 or 4, there was 15 of them that initiated and followed through with these protocols. These cops are out of fucking control. They're out of control. People are so upset. They're so concerned about rioters and this is not who we are, this, that, and the other. The same can be said for this is not who we are, that we glorify people being murdered. Who gave the power and the authority? Who gave the power and the authority to any man to judge somebody in the street and take their fucking life? Who did that? Trump is out of control. These governors are out of control. These mayors are out of control. The police are out of control. Everybody with authority is out of fucking control. Everywhere you look, there's can call in the military and put the military on the streets because he's losing control. No different than okay with being wrong. Why can't everybody else be okay with being wrong? Why is it so never great? I don't fucking know. But to think that putting the military in the streets, that the National Second, anybody like this can be on the streets and be police America is out of control. This is all out of control. This whole experiment is gone wrong. And the pendulum swings. I told you this years ago. The pendulum swings. It goes from left to right, from right to left. You know, Bush was in there. He ran the country into the ground. He was inside on 9/11. Don't lie to yourself and say, oh no. He had something to do with it. Him, Dick Cheney, and Rumsfeld, and colonoscopy Powell, all of them were in on 9/11 to take away, for the first taking, you know, for the first mass grab of liberty was Bush. Then came Obama, where he extended it, and he did the second mass grab on liberty, what was left. And now you have Trump, who follows a 18D chess or whatever. I mean, at some point you have to stop lying to yourself. At some point you have to admit you were wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. Trump stole what was left of liberty away from us. Bush was bad. Obama was bad. Trump is even fucking worse. Trump is putting the military on the ground. He went along with the COVID stuff. Now everybody's wearing face masks. I don't recognize this place anymore. I don't recognize. I'm in a total different part of the country where I felt welcomed and I felt awesome. And the police come and they yank me out of my house and tell me I have a charge that I don't have. They try to tell me that I cannot own firearms and I do not, that I'm not ever allowed to again. And I never did anything. I made YouTube videos. My channel doesn't even fucking get views anymore. I don't understand how I fall into this. I mean, I mind my own business. Are you saying that I can't make any fucking YouTube videos? I cannot criticize or have any dissenting view about what's going on? What's up, Denise? I cannot have any dissenting view. You know, if I have a video up, I'm lucky if it doesn't get erased by YouTube. I'm lucky if it doesn't get flagged. Then I'm lucky if police don't show up on my door or pull me over and tell me that I've spoke against their God. I don't understand how the communists took it as far as they took it. I don't understand how the statists, you know, and their fucking Toby Keith outlook on America, you know, their Murica fucking bullshit. It's not who we are. It's not what we are. People are lying to themselves when they're talking about this is not who we are. We don't know who we are anymore. There's no resemblance of liberty anymore in this country. There is no liberty. The constitutional republic is dead. Everybody keeps talking about the democracy. The democracy. How is it that some or all these dickheads spent all this money, or their mom and dad's money, on going to college, and I know more about the Constitution than they do. They get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, in some case millions of dollars, to sit on TV and run their fat mouths about something that they know nothing about. And now we've diverged and diluted ourselves so bad that, yeah, the communists are fucking burning down the country. They're attempting a coup. But, I mean, what are they attempting a coup at when Trump is a cult? Trump is a cult. Everything he stands for is unconstitutional. You cannot sit here and bash Obama and bash Bush and bash Clinton before that when Trump is doing the same thing. Unconstitutionally, he banned bump stocks. He took the Suppressor Act off the wall. There is no Suppressor Act gonna happen now. We're marching backwards. We're losing every little bit of liberty we had left. We have nothing left. And this is all happening under Trump. Everybody's blaming the communists. You know what I fucking hate? I hate that people cannot pull their heads out of their ass and all you do is blame one side. You think your side is right. You think you're not wrong. It's like a motherfucker that goes and takes his shit in the bathroom and walks out of the bathroom and thinks his shit doesn't stink. But everybody knows that walks in the bathroom after you knows that your shit stinks. Everybody with two brain cells. There's one channel I see on YouTube. Two. Would be three if Lavoy Finicum wasn't murdered. High Impact Flicks or whatever, that dude with the long hair, he's one of the only ones that gets it, and Chris Ann Hall. Two people that get it. Reed at Valor Ridge and his chick, Patriot Nurse. So you got, out of millions and millions of YouTube channels, you got like 3 or 4 fucking people that get it. This is not America. This is not the Constitution. There is nothing left of it. And it was Trump who finished it off. Everybody was so worried about Hillary Clinton getting in there and outright destroying the country that we took Trump, and Trump's outright destroying the country. The only thing that people can say is, oh, it's the communists, it's the Democrats, they're trying to remove Trump. Impeachment didn't work, the virus didn't work. The riots are sure to get him out of there. I wish people would fucking wake up. Wake up. Sure, the communists are trying to destroy the country, but so are the statists. Sure, Obama and Clinton and Bush were trying to destroy the country, and Biden and Sanders and all this bullshit. Sure, they are and were trying to destroy the country, but so is Trump. Trump is the same motherfucker, maybe worse. I had hope for him, just like I had hope for Obama. I loved it when people used to talk shit. Oh, you voted for Obama, blah, blah, blah. Because at the time, when I was still Matrix, I believed that he, with his fucking hope and change message, that he wasn't going to be like Bush. That he wasn't going to be like Clinton. That we didn't have to keep going into, endless wars. I've always, even when I was a fucking leftist back in the day, all I wanted was liberty. That's all I wanted to do, was liberty to fucking death. All I wanted to do was be free. All I wanted to do was be left alone and leave people alone. Not much has changed. I still just want to be left alone. That's all I want. I'm going to be murdered in my sleep. I want to be living. I don't want to be scared that I'm going to be taken from my family. I did nothing wrong. And yet, here we go again. Have to spend money. I'm finally saving some money. I get to a point to where I have to leave Las Vegas because I cannot save money because I'm being taxed to death. The cops are so fucking crooked out there that I'm like living in fear for my fucking life. I get here, I'm starting to feel the peace. I'm getting peace in my soul again. and they come and they take it from me. They come and they take it from me again. And I did nothing. I didn't rob a bank. I didn't steal nothing. I didn't try to do anything unlawful. You can look at my videos and you can see that I'm just trying to be left alone. I don't want a fucking group. I just want alone. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's all I want from this life. I pray to God. I pray to God that I can be freed from these false charges. I pray to God that I can be left alone. That I can just be simply left alone. I do not want to partake in this social experiment anymore. I do not want this fake exercise and fake liberty anymore. I want true liberty. I want to be left alone. That's all I want. I don't need some big city cocksucking cop to fuck me. I don't need no backwoods hillbilly cop to fuck with me. I don't need anything from the cops but to be left alone. I did nothing wrong. My family did nothing wrong. All I did was fucking talk shit here on YouTube. And it's like somebody who can't stand somebody talking shit that they have to fucking flip the table over and fucking, you know, try to fucking destroy the whole thing. That's what I feel like. That they're so mad at the things I say, and all I do is speak from the heart. All I do is mind my own fucking business. I say it how I say it. I've seen a million channels try to copy and do what the fuck I do, and good for fucking them, because I'm done. I've been done. I've been making fucking videos. That's all I've been doing is making nature videos. I haven't been doing anything. I've been minding my own business. I don't care the fucking riots. I don't care that the communists are trying to overthrow the country, because if you're asking me to pick between the communists and the statists, I ain't gonna pick one. I don't want no part of it. I don't want part of no Blue Lives Matters. I don't want no part of the fucking communist Red Lives Matters. I don't want no part of the Black Lives Matters. I don't want none of it. In a backwards world where one race can throw up a fist and say black power, but then in another you know, flip of the coin, white people can't do the same. That's not equal. We're not equal. The segregation and all the division is pathetic. It's so pathetic. I don't want no part of it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care what motherfuckers do anymore. If they want to burn down the fucking country, cool. If they want to fucking turn this into a fucking dystopian empire, which they're already doing, I guess that's where we're gonna go. But I'll be out in the woods minding my own fucking business. And I don't want to be messed with. I do not want to be messed with. So I put that's why I put that stupid ass Drake song up with the No New Friends, and people, oh, the rap song. I always use fucking rap songs because it's only rebellious music left. And even if the song is corny or whatever, I don't want to be friends with nobody new. I don't want to meet new people. I don't want to fucking hang out in groups. I don't want to get to know anybody new, because the federal government has made me so fucking paranoid that I can't even sleep at night. The military made me so OCD out my ass. I can't, no, people can't fart in the fucking house. The feds made me so fucking paranoid that I can't even trust my shadow anymore. And why? Why do I deserve that? Why do any of us deserve this? This isn't poor. It's just I'm simply They've taken everything from me. They've taken everything from me. I see the sheriff right now, some county, whatever county I'm in right now, pull somebody over going through their car as if he has any right to do that. Unless that motherfucker is I just don't care anymore. I don't want any part of this social experiment anymore. I can see why people don't like the cops. I've been able to see it a long time. I've been able to see why we don't need cops for a long time. And if I think that's pretty fucked up for people to say I'm anti-government and anti-police and all this, that, and the other. Actually, I don't give a fuck what they say, but when the cops want to come down on me and say I'm anti-cop and anti-government and I'm a sovereign citizen, it's all bullshit. I believe in the rule of law. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in let live and fucking be left the fuck alone. I believe in that. I don't believe in anarchy. I don't believe in communism. I don't believe in statism. I just believe in people being able to do what they want and for people to be secure in themselves, in their property, in their homes. And I don't understand when it became okay for some stormtroopers or Judge Dreds to take the law into their own hand or come up with rules and regulations to come and try to steal from people and to go through their shit. If somebody was transporting drugs, if somebody was transporting whatever, like I said, unless it's a dead body or a kidnapped kid and their stuff, I just don't see how. I don't see how anybody can go through another man's stuff. How anybody can go through another woman's stuff. I don't understand how it's become so cool and so hip and so trollish that it's just a free-for-all. Anybody, anywhere could be stopped and their lives be ruined by stormtroopers, by the Empire. And it's sickening. It's sickening how bad the communists want to destroy this country. It's sickening how bad the people on the right want to live in a police state. How they want to say, oh, I'd love to see them looters get their faces bashed in. I would love to see the cops bash their faces in and kill them and this, that, and the other. Who gives you the fucking right? If they're stealing from somebody, then it should be up to the person that's getting stole from to hand out that hot justice. It's not up to some stormtrooper with a badge on to hand out hot judgment to somebody. That's not okay. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that's okay. And if it did, I wouldn't want nothing to do with the Constitution. That's fucking insanity. This is insanity. I thought I was safe in the country. I thought I was safe in the woods, all out there by myself. I could hear everything. I could hear cars coming and going. I could fucking hear everything. I don't hear the electric buzz of the city. I don't hear police sirens and all that. And yet, I'm back to feeling unsafe again. Because somebody somewhere doesn't like what I have to say and wants to come fucking get me. Come get me in front of my wife, in front of my kids, and make me look like a piece of shit. And make my wife have to tell me the same thing that she's been telling me for 4, 5, 6 fucking years. Quit with the politics, Anthony. Quit with the fucking politics. They're not going to leave you alone. And I say to her, fuck that. I should be able to say whatever I want. I would say 75%, 60% of my tension and my irrational BS with my wife has been the police state on me. The rest is the high taxes and the stealing and fleecing of money from us. We were broke in Vegas, making almost like 80 grand a year together and having nothing to show for it because we were being fleeced of our hard-earned money. Fight about stupid shit. Fight about because we don't have no money. Then fight about because I can't shut my mouth about politics. Because I can't allow injustices to not be spoken about. I have the hardest time. And most of my family is law enforcement. You know how much of a asshole and a black sheep I end up being for saying I don't support the cops and I don't support what they're doing? I'm like, I'm like, the left side of the family hates me because I bash all the leftists, but then the right side of the family hates me because I don't support the police state and Trump. I can't win. My own family and friends, I don't even know why I'm on a fucking Facebook. They all wanted me back on Facebook, but I'm fucking muted by everybody. My family probably fucking despises me and hates my fucking guts because they're tired of me bashing their idea of what's right. And it's all wrong, and that's the only reason I'm in there bashing it. I'll bash Biden, but I'll bash Trump. I'll bash the communists, but I'll bash the police state. And that doesn't leave you with any room. That makes you an alien in your own family. That makes you an alien in the groups of people that you talk to. I see people that were in the Green Dragon talking out of the side of their fucking face. I see people that have no consistency in their talk of liberty. I see some people that are right over the target and have remained in the right lane, and I don't mean right or left, just standing up for what's right. You will take the most shit. It's easy to pick a side. It's easy to be on the left side or the right side. My fucking family probably hates my guts. My friends probably hate my guts. I listened to a fucking rapper, when I was younger, Killer Mike. I thought the fucking world of him. I thought he was fucking rebellious and ahead of his time and fucking awesome, I leaned more left at the time. But then I see him double speaking. I see him talking out the side of his fucking face, and he doesn't even see it. T.I. is a piece of shit. He's a fucking commie. But then Killer Mike, who's supposed to stand for the spirit of rebellion and all that, he's up there. He has a t-shirt on that says, "Kill your masters." But then he's saying, don't burn down the cities and don't riot. Be peaceful and all this bullshit. Killer Mike, you are a fucking dumbass. You are an idiot. How do you get... and nobody checks these people. Nobody checks these people. Nobody. I've heard more people pour out of their stupid mouths with the Martin Luther King talk in the last week than I've ever heard. Stop talking about Martin Luther King. He was profiled. He had a disinformation campaign waged against him, and then he was murdered, and they created a holiday so that people quit burning down the country. Stop using Martin Luther King as a fucking example. Malcolm X, the FBI committed a fucking, did a disinformation campaign against him and then murdered him. And his own people were in on it. His own people in his own circle were in on murdering. Stop talking about Martin Luther King, please. His own people set him the fuck up. The FBI didn't just do it by themselves. They waged that disinformation campaign with the help of his friends, his so-called friends, and they murdered him and created a holiday out of him. He's not a good example to use. You think you're gonna wage this peaceful protest? It didn't work back in the fucking 60s and the 50s and the 70s and all that. It didn't. To me, racism is dead, but it's kept alive by the media. It's used at every turn to shut you the fuck up so you don't question anything, because if you are, you're a fucking racist. I give myself a fucking ulcer and blow out my throat doing this fucking bullshit. I just wish people on all sides would quit being so fucking stupid. You can't have it both ways. You can't be a fucking boog boy and want fucking all this shit to go to hell, but then say, well, the communists are, look, they're dropping off pallets of bricks, and George Soros, and I don't fucking care. I don't care. It's stupid. It's so fucking ignorant. The whole thing is fucking ignorant. The whole thing is so fucking stupid. I can't stand it anymore. Truth is, 1% of people probably in this whole country get it. And if you still support Trump, then, you know, like I said, I'm not here to fucking make this a Trump bashing session. I'm not here to bash people that support him. But what are you doing? You know, you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to bash Obama and bash Michael Obama and Biden and the communists and all this, that, and the other, and in the same breath support statism and support, you know, the deaths of your brothers and sisters. It just doesn't work that way. And I don't know why we fell so far off, and this is where we devolved into, to people thinking that their shit doesn't stink. Your fucking turd in the toilet stinks just as bad as the communist turd. And that's the truth of it. And if I'm fucking wrong, well, guess what? I don't want to talk to nobody anyways, and I just want to be left the fuck alone anyways. So what else is there to fucking say? There is nothing else to say other than I fucking run my mouth on YouTube and I commentate on current events like I've done for 9 years now. 9 fucking years, going on almost 10 years. Nobody even watches my channel. It's been subjugated to the back of the bus. I just want to be left alone. I want my brothers and sisters left alone. I want equal liberty across the spectrum. I'm not like the people on the right that think, oh, well, somebody commits a felony and after they do their time, they should never be able to own a firearm again. No. You fucking do. You do the time. And, you know, these people are not God. They don't get to absolve you or not absolve you of your sins or the things that you've done. This is America, where you get that second and third chance. You know? What up, Grit? What up, Billy Bird? I don't fucking think I know everything, but I know what's right and what's wrong. And I could say for every person that watches my channel, for the people that don't watch my channel, I pray to God that we just get our liberty back. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who wins, who loses. Because the truth is, we're all losing. You know, say Trump uses the military and he squashes this overthrow or whatever, right? What do you think's going to come of this? You don't think the police state's going to grow? Look at Georgia. They're out of their fucking minds in Georgia. I wouldn't, if I had to drive to South Carolina, if I had to go somewhere where I just had to go through Georgia, I would drive so up and around Georgia or so down and around Georgia, it wouldn't even be silly. It would be silly. I would never set foot in Georgia if I didn't have to. If they put a gun to my head and made me go through Georgia, maybe I would. I don't know. I'd probably just take the bullet. But Georgia is out of fucking control. That Georgia State Police and that Georgia Bureau of Investigations, the GBI or whatever, they're out of fucking control. They are in full MRAP fucking Afghanistan. These dudes think that they're so high on cup juice. It's, you know, they're fucking roided out. These guys are on fucking steroids. You know, it's just so sad, man. It's so sad. And I pray for all of us, man. I pray for you guys. I pray for myself. I pray for my family that when all this is said and done, however we come out on the other side, I just hope that we get our liberty back. even if country falls into a million pieces, even if the United States of America cease to exist after this, as long as at the end we're allowed to be left alone to our own devices, we can police ourselves. I think it's truly pathetic that people complain and bitch and moan about all these socialist programs that our tax money is used for, that we have no say in. But these are the same people that say, that we have to have our taxes raised, we have to get more cops, we have to supply. The signal's probably not going to hold out for much longer. It's starting to get in the sticks. But man, I tell you what, I got nothing but love in my heart for everybody who's ever had a kind thing to say to me. Whoever's always had my back. For people that have been there from the beginning, I got nothing but love in my heart. My heart's not full of hate. As bad as I want to hate one side or the other, or whatever, my heart ain't full of hate. I'm gonna pray my ass off. I'm gonna pray 6 times a day like a fucking Muslim. That I get my life back, that I get my liberty back, and that you guys get your lives back, and you guys get your liberty back. For you guys that have been there since the fucking very beginning, there's a lot of you in here right now. It's most of you. I got nothing but love in my heart, and so whatever they decide to do with me, whether they decide to fucking kill me in my sleep, or shoot me in front of my family, or take all of my love and life and everything away, I have nothing but love in my heart, and I've totally doubled, tripped down on my love for God. And I don't care who hates it, who doesn't want to hear it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a walk all over me Christian. I'm not a fucking walk all over me conservative. I'm not a walk all over people communist, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I have boys. I have a daughter. I have a mom and dad that I love. I have family that I love. Cousins, aunts that I love. Friends that I love, That's me, And just when they try to sum me up with whatever they do to me, I just want to fucking love. Not no hippie love either. I just want to love and be loved and be left alone. I want to leave people alone and be left alone. I got nothing but love for y'all. Rude, Billy Bird, Tim Purcell. Speaking, gotta hurry up and get out of here. Gonna cut me off. Alpine. Tim. Big Dick. Shout out. Missile Dick. Yeah. Black. Denise. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. I think that's everybody. There's a lot of comments. Tracy. Much love. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the people that ain't in here that'll be watching it later. All my buddies, fucking Saints, Don, JJ, Smurf, all you motherfuckers. Hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and your families. I guess. Yeah, it's trying to cut me off, but I don't think you guys really realize it means a lot to me, especially the folks that check in on me. My own brothers and sisters.